Hey monkeys, how you doing? Damien Keys here. Right, I want to talk about the Facebook algorithm, but what I want to talk about is how it's evolved over the last couple of weeks, what I'm noticing, more importantly, what I'm going to do about it, what I think you should do about it, and incidentally, a big part of this is what I think this will mean for Instagram long term, and again, how that will affect you. So if you've been hiding under a rock for the last couple of weeks, you will have missed that Facebook have changed their algorithm because Mark Zuckerberg, from all different types of pressures with social and political sides of things, has been forced, well, not forced, but has decided to change the algorithm so that, in a nutshell, you see more from friends, more from family, and less from marketers, which also means your favorite bands and your favorite people, like me. So you probably have noticed with any post that you're putting on Facebook that you're getting less reach, less people are seeing what you do. And the reason for that is because Facebook wants you to put more money into it, which is going to force the price of Facebook ads up. So whereas I used to get, say, 1,500 to 2,000 people that would see a post, I'm now seeing 150 to 200 people, a lot less, 10%, it's a lot less. And therefore, Facebook wants me to then put some money into the boosts. To boost and sponsor ads, which again will mean that more people will see it, but I am having to pay for it. If more people are doing that, then that will, supply and demand, that will push the price up of advertising. Facebook will get more money. I have no problem with this at all because this is Facebook's house. It's Facebook's house, it's Facebook's rules. They've made a decision, they want to make it more friends and family orientated. Facebook is not about marketing. Facebook is about community and friends and family. So they're allowed to do this. I've got no problem with it, but I don't have to stand for it. I can go and take, my community building to other platforms, as can you. Now, I think one thing that is happening with Facebook is people are already panicking and making a jump from Facebook. So firstly, what I'm thinking, or what happens is, it wasn't that long ago that I was saying, you need to get as much stuff on Facebook as you possibly can, which now probably less as important. So whereas I am not an advocate in perfection, I'm an advocate into making something, getting out there and actually building momentum. I think on Facebook, it does mean you've got a little bit more time to make less content to a slightly higher level so that the people who are seeing it are making is more shareable and more remarkable. The delivery is now crucial. How you're delivering your content to Facebook is crucial because not only does it need to be at a higher quality level, but the way that you're actually putting your content out onto Facebook with a question, very, very important, with some kind of text description, which actually gets people into the story. And on top of that, finding ways of trying to get you down into the comment section below to actually comment on the video. A lot of people are jumping. A lot of people I've noticed are making the jump over to Instagram. And if I'm honest, I'm going to carry on doing Facebook, but I am going to spend a lot more time working. I mean, my content does work a lot better on YouTube. I would like long term to be seen as a YouTuber as opposed to Facebook personality. But I think from a community point of view of where I am in the room, I've always been on Facebook. So from the back end, people DMing me, the issue I had was I was constantly DMing people back, and it got to the point where I was getting so many messages on Facebook that I just couldn't physically keep up. Well, I need to do the same thing again, but I'm going to do it over on Instagram. So Instagram is going to be my new email. So anytime I do a competition, I'm going to force people down into Instagram comments or Instagram DMs. If I'm going to get someone to email me, I'm going to be giving out my Instagram. I just think it's a way that I can not only grow my Instagram, but it's a way I can tell people where I am. Whereas I have been on Facebook, I'm going to carry on a little bit, but I want to see if I can get a bit more traction with Instagram and therefore bring you more value from Instagram. Now, what does this mean for you? It means that you're probably going to be looking around. You're probably going to be taking a punt on Instagram, like myself, putting more time and effort into it. YouTube's changed its algorithm. A lot of people are a bit pissed off because they're not hitting the 1,000 subscriber or 4,000 hour per year watch time and therefore can't monetize their YouTube channel, which I don't think is that important unless you've got a big following and a lot of view time. But I think a lot of you people will be, or I'm watching a lot of people jump across to Instagram. Now that's fine, okay? But just a word of warning. Instagram is a lot more organic. You get great engagement. You get the most amount of engagement on your Instagram than you do probably from all of your other socials per person that you've got following you. But it isn't a classic marketer's paradise. So what I'm noticing all of a sudden is I'm noticing people who do what I class as clumsy marketing on Facebook, which is, Facebook allows for it and we allow for it, but people are starting to shift that across to Instagram, and I just don't think it's going to fly. So one thing I'm noticing is now I'm getting more sponsored posts on my Instagram. I'm getting more people that I follow who are now trying to market at me. So bands that were just putting great pictures of their tours and bands that were putting out stuff which had story content is now all of a sudden gone back to Facebook, buy my album, come to my gig, buy my tour tickets. And it's just so blatant and it's so advertising heavy. And I think if that carries on, which I think it will, I'm not saying it'll be the demise of Instagram, but I do think it will put a lot of people off Instagram because if you think of it like this, when you're a kid and you go to the pub because you want to go with your mates. And then all of a sudden, if your mum and your dad and your gran turn up, you don't want to be in that pub. You want to go to another pub. And so it's the same thing with marketers, and it's kind of like the death of MySpace. What happened with MySpace was everyone was having a jolly good time and bands did their thing and people did their thing, and it was kind of a bit of a mismatch. And then bands just took over, and all of a sudden you were on MySpace and you were like, fuck, get off with the band stuff. And then Facebook came along and everyone went, oh, thank God, it's like MySpace, but we don't have to put up with all this band stuff again and again and again. That's just marketing. That's what happens on a platform. All of a sudden, everyone goes to a platform and people go, oh, I can go and do marketing there. And it's subtle, and then the subtlety goes and it becomes blatant. And then after a while, something will change with an algorithm, or people will just move. I think people are moving to Instagram, and I think we've got to be very careful with clumsy marketing. So my advice to you is get on Instagram, put great content out there. Don't just blatantly try and sell stuff all of the time. Try and tell stories, try and build a community, try and talk to people, which is what I will try and do as well. And then if you're gonna every so often post something, just say, oh, by the way, I've got a new album out. Oh, by the way, we've got our tickets available for a tour. Be really subtle about it, rather than just this clumsy marketing, which I'm seeing people doing. And at the moment, I think if it carries on, all of a sudden 30 or 40% of Instagram will be just blatant advertising, from sponsored posts and boosted posts through to just bands just advertising themselves again and again. And what will happen is, firstly, your numbers will dwindle because people will get fed up with it, but also Instagram numbers will struggle as well, and we'll have the same thing as we've had with Facebook, and they'll change their algorithm. So that's my update, really. I've noticed a massive shift with Facebook. Facebook is deliberately wanting me to put a load of money into Facebook so that the audience that I've built can see it. Fair enough, it's allowed to do that. Meaning I'm now weighing up, do I want to put some money into it so that I can get you guys to see my content? Well, I don't make money from what I do, and I'm never going to try and spend money, or I'm never going to try and make money from you directly. I'm never going to be that guy that sells a course and tries to get you to pay for that. I haven't got time for that shit, fuck that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the best platform that I can build a community, which at this moment in time is proving to be a little bit more difficult on Facebook. And in 2 weeks' time, I might change my mind. But right now, I'm thinking, okay, well, where's next? What else can I do? Where's the new cool pub that I can go to? So I'm going to be down in Instagram. I'm going to be replying to your comments. The people who've been trying to get hold of me on Facebook and can't because I'm just too clogged up, I think you'll get a lot more success from Instagram. So I'll put the time and effort in there. If you want me, that's where I'll be. I'll be in that room for the time being in Instagram. So come and find me, come and have a chat. I want to know your thoughts on this. I want to know your numbers that have dropped. I want to know if you've seen a difference. At first, for the first week, I was thinking, didn't really make a difference, but I think over time, I am now noticing quite a big difference. So it's capped me. So that's what I want to know your thoughts. Also, other things as well as that, don't forget I put a video live, which is on my YouTube, about designing my book cover. So I've got this book, it's called The Rule Breaker's Guide to Social Media, and I want you guys to help me design a book cover. I want you to be a part of this because that's what this is about. So go and check out the video, you know, the usual, like, subscribe, but more importantly, if you're on YouTube right now and you're watching this, then subscribe. But if you want to come and say hello, either in YouTube comments or come over to Instagram and send me a DM and let's chat about your band. Send me some links. Let me help with your band. I've done 3 Skypes today with people, and you know, all of them have said the same thing, which is, how can I get hold of you? You can get hold of me. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for you to be able to get hold of me. It's just, if it gets clogged up on one platform, it becomes difficult, but I'm not trying to avoid you. Send me a message. I'll get back to you as much as I can. Good. Right. It's nearly home time. So have a good rest of the day, and I will catch you tomorrow.